Today we're exploring the Spokane River as I chase epic drone photos. And here is a real quick preview of the photos we will be capturing today. So we're here today because the water's low, and I'm hoping that reveals cool shapes in the shoreline. And also, the water is pretty flat, so we'll be able to get some really cool reflections, like trees on the water. And also, I just saw some fish jumping. I don't think we're going to be able to get that, but I'm really going to try and get a picture of the fish or the fish jumping. That would be... So let's go. Okay, so we're here at our first flying location. We're on a little peninsula out in the middle of the river, which I am going to want to include in a photo later. So we're going to have to move. But for now, we're going to take off from here and take pictures of some other things. It appears in the time it took to get down here, the fish have stopped jumping, so I won't be able to get that shot. But we'll see what other good shots we can find. So first, I'm going to fly down this way to where the river is has a little more rapids, because I'm going to shoot straight into the sun. You can tell it's on my eyes right now. It's really bright. Ugh. I want to get the light sparkling off of those rapids in this photo. Ooh, what's that? I like that. So it appears down there, there's another peninsula that goes out up, it like points upstream, and because of that the river splits and there's a little creek that then flows across it. I really like that. This is that creek right there. This one will not feel like a drone photo. It's going to feel like a regular landscape photo because I'm so low, but I mean, that's the beauty of drones, the flexibility. You can come down low like a normal camera, or you can go up. I'm going to take this photo. I really like how the creek comes in and then sweeps across the screen. I'm also in the danger zone here. I got to be really careful. I want to come really low to get a cool shot. But if I turn the camera down, you can see how close I am to the water. Probably a foot and a half above the water. This is an issue because the drone's downward sensors doesn't sense the water very well. And so I have to be very conscious not to land my drone in the water. Okay, now like I always do, I'm going to get a top-down shot of that little creek that I just found. And I don't know why, I just particularly like when there's a line in the photo and it goes from the bottom left up to the top right. It's just really pleasing to me. And I find it way more pleasing than the other way. I don't know, personal preference. I like that. All right, so I brought the drone not down, but south relative to facing a little bit, so that the diagonal line now cuts across the top left third, and it shows the pond in there, and I really like that too. Okay, I'm gonna take one more shot of this creek here. I turned around and I'm facing away from the sun now. And I really like the view of from up creek going down it into the river. But I'm not a fan of what's in the background, the power lines, and you can see a big industrial building. Not a fan, but the creek itself is cool enough. I'm gonna take it and it'll probably be okay. I'm going to go away from that creek now. I'm going to stop being distracted and go for that shot I was initially going for, the water sparkling off those rapids. And I'm going to have to bracket this one again. We'll do a 5 bracket. There really is quite a lot of light there. Let's move around, maybe try and see if we can get a slightly better composition for that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the drone back over this way. The water is smoother over here, so hopefully I can get some cool reflection shots. Also, I'm dropping down considerably in battery, so I want it close. So first, right over here, I see a really cool tree that's falling kind of into the river, and the light is shining right on it, making it really prominent. So let's get that first. Yeah, if I pull up here, you can see I'm right next to the freeway. It makes some of these shots a little difficult. I have to stay low to keep that out of the frame. Let's go find that tree. Okay, so this is that tree right there. Oh, I like that. I couldn't see it from this angle, but there's the dead tree laying horizontal. And then a couple trees on the sides of it that kind of frame it a little bit and frame a view into the background. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe use that tree instead of on the bottom, maybe cross it diagonally if I lined it up properly. Ooh, I like that shot. All right, so I took a shot straight on at the log, and now I've come around it. So the log is in the foreground and it's looking out at the river. And in the background, there's a really nice looking house there. So I'm also going to try and place that and use that as a subject. And with that, that's our first battery. So we're gonna walk around, find another spot so I can shoot this peninsula. I think it looks really cool. It'll make a great subject. So I know this video is about drone photography, but I'm walking and I see this little rock jut out into the water here, and I can't help but take a couple regular photos of it. So here's that right now. Okay, so we've come quite a ways down the shoreline because I want to be a ways away from that peninsula I was standing on. That was a really nice place to stand and fly from, but it also looks like a great subject. So I want to be away so I can get that in a photo. Okay, so the wind has picked up a little bit. It's not super noticeable, but it is definitely enough to create ripples on the river here. And I don't think we're going to be able to get very many reflection shots, but we're going to see, but I don't expect that to happen now. We do, though, have a really cool shot of this peninsula here. I do particularly like that. So the river is still clear enough that we are kind of seeing the sky. So we're getting this really nice contrast of really bright reflections of the river versus a relatively dark silhouette of that peninsula. So let's see what that looks like. I also want to get a really cool top-down shot of this peninsula. Unfortunately, it's really, really big and won't fit in one photo if I just take it from 400 feet. So I'm going to do something to effectively take it from higher up. I'm going to fly over, take a bunch of pictures, and then use the software to stitch it. It works about 50% of the time, so if it does, I'll show that right now. So to take that photo, I had to take a lot of individual smaller photos and stitch them together into one massive combined photo. Okay, so that shot alone used up most of our battery life. So I'm just going to see if I can find a couple other compositions before I have to land the drone. While it was up really high, I raised the camera and noticed that this image of the peninsula at an angle looks really nice. I'm going to put the horizon slightly above the third line. Best practice is to put it on one of those third lines, but I want to include more of the river along the bottom edge. And the sky is not too interesting right now anyway, so it's not a big deal. Always look at what's in your frame and maybe try and adjust that and exclude things you don't like. The Centennial Trail was running along, actually it would be this side for you, the Centennial Trail was running along the edge of the frame, and I just didn't like that. So I brought the drone probably 20, 30 feet forward, rotated it slightly, and it was gone. I'm going to bring the drone down really close to this peninsula before the battery runs out and get the shot that I came here for. It'll be looking the same way as I am right now, and it's going to look really cool. Gotta drop it, drop it. How close am I to the water? Ooh, that's pretty close. Oh, that's pretty close, man. That is so close to the water. I think that'll be a great photo. Note to self in the future, maybe don't hand catch above water. A mistake would have cost my drone its life. Don't do that. So that'll do it for today's adventure and drone photo shoot. Thanks for tagging along and watching the video, and I really hope you enjoyed. Stick around for more.